Hey everyone, I'm here with Lindsay, and we're just going to do a fun, what's this called? Just going to ask her some questions. She's done my program for the last few months, and she's done super, super well. And so we're just going to ask her. I'm just going to ask her how it's been, and you'll get to hear kind of the client side of that experience. So, hi Lindsay.
Hi, Brittany.
Hey. So the first question I'll ask you is why did you reach out in the first, and what were you looking for?
So I reached out to you because, well, we're friends from high school.
Yes, I was gonna say that.
Don't
Lindsay
you
was
know?
always like the beautiful bombshell. She still is. Like,
Oh, you're
so I
so
always looked up to her.
so we're friends from high school, and so we've been keeping in touch through Facebook. And I saw a lot of your clients before and afters, and I kept seeing them, and I kept thinking, wow, they look awesome. And I loved that you mentioned a lot about long time stability with the weight loss, and you would mention, oh, I'm teaching my friends and my clients how to lose the weight and keep it off. That was like music to my ears. So then I reached out to you, your clients, their pictures, and also hearing the long-term stability with weight loss.
Cool. Awesome. And I love that. That's what's so valuable is there's so many things that people do now that they can lose weight, but can you keep it off? Right now, the average American, when they lose weight, about 85% of people gain weight back and even more than they lost originally. And so we got to work on the mindset. That's what I really loved about talking with Lindsay is she really cared. And when someone cares, they're ready to learn and cool things happen. So what were some of your concerns when you talked that this is who I am and I don't want to be like this anymore? Like, can we work on this? What do you remember?
Some of my concerns was I got married, and I had a little girl at the time that I got married, and I gained a lot of weight. I gained a lot of weight. And my concern was that I kept gaining, and I was losing sight of myself, and I felt totally out of control with my eating and with my weight. So I was really concerned about that.
Okay, and what do you mean when you said you felt out of control?
So I just felt like that I would see a dessert or cookies or cake, and I would think, oh, those are so yummy. I have to have some. And I'd eat one or two, and then I would tell myself, well, I'm already heavy anyways. What's going to hurt having another 5 cookies? I just felt so out of control. And if I had a bag of candy, I thought, oh, I can't control myself. I'm just going to finish this whole bag of candy. It was so bad. I was so out of control.
Yeah, that feeling's miserable, isn't it?
Miserable.
I remember that's how I felt. I was like big into sugar. And I remember coming home after a long day, and my roommate had made a thing of brownies. And like I was going to like, okay, no sugar, I'm gonna be so good. And then when I opened the door, I just saw the brownies on the table. Like, and my heart just sunk because I'm like, I have no control. Now I know I'm gonna eat them. And I was just like so sad about that because I couldn't, I felt like I couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah, that is how I felt. I felt so out of control. Yeah.
Did you experience emotional eating? Like, did you see
Oh,
that in your habit pattern?
absolutely. So, with change, marriage is one of the biggest changes, especially having a 2-year-old right at the beginning of your marriage.
Mm.
And so there was a lot of stressors that came with that, and a lot of change. And so I was eating to take my mind off of food, off of my problems or my stressors or the hard time I was having. I was turning to food. I was turning to food to try and make me feel in control, kind of, and
Yeah,
to make me feel better, and to forget about the things that were stressing me in the moment. I
yeah.
was a huge emotional eater. I definitely felt addicted to food.
Okay, okay. Oh, it's hard to be in.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so let's go over what like the things you've learned so far. We've worked together for about 3 months. What have you learned along the way that you've really enjoyed?
I love that I
Are
learned.
you running away from the kids?
I am running away from the kids. Oh my God. Sorry. It's crazy if you feel like you're on a roller coaster because I'm walking around the house.
Totally fine. You can talk with them if you need to.
Thanks. So, something that I love that I've learned is to eat every 2 to 3 hours. I love that because it keeps my hunger at bay, and then I can make conscious, my choice decisions on food.
Mm-hmm.
And then something else great that you told me is you crave what you eat. So the more vegetables I eat, my body felt good, and that's what I wanted. And then the more sugar and cookies and processed carbs I would eat, then that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
So I love that you taught me that, because I can consciously think, okay, do I want to eat this cookie? I've been doing really well. If I eat this cookie, I'm going to want cookies for the next 2-3 days. And it's the truth. And so if I wouldn't eat the cookie, I'd feel great in my workout the next day. And I'm not craving that anymore. It's like it totally left my mind. I felt so in control of my decisions.
That's awesome. And so now, like, when you do see sugar or there are cookies, like what are the thoughts that go in your head? Like, are you eating more than you want, or are you just, what's like, how do you approach sugar now?
I'm able to just eat one. I love it. It took me a good month and a half maybe to get to this point, but I'm able to just eat one because I think, okay, when I eat a lot of cookies, it makes my stomach hurt. Mm-hmm. So I'm listening to my body, and I'm just going to have one. And I'm like, okay, that was delicious, and I'm good. I feel so in control. It's incredible.
I love you, Lindsay. I love that. That's like a huge thing for me with sugar is I gave myself permission to eat it, but then I would start taking it seriously. I think, well, do I actually want it? I'd ask myself that, and I'd say, kind of like what you said, is how will it make me feel after? Yeah. And when I say I can have it, but do I really want it? Then I would feel this sense from my body being like, no, like I don't want to feel like that afterwards. So I'll just pass, like, oh, whatever, or just have one, you know?
Yeah.
So, and I bet you never would have thought before that you could pass up on sugar, because that's what you told me. It's like, sometimes I don't even have any, and fine.
Yeah. You never, yeah. Exactly. It's so crazy. I'm so happy now, just because I never thought I'd be here. Like what you said, I never thought I'd feel in control of my life and my eating again. Like, I'm so happy.
So cool, Lindsay. I'm so glad.
Thank you. Thanks to you, Curly.
No, it's your desire to learn. So, and your readiness. So I love what you said earlier too, is the hunger. When we talked, we mentioned, we were talking about this hunger and eating every 2-3 hours, and Lindsay came back and she said, Curly, I don't think it's realistic to eat every 2-3 hours. I don't think that's sustainable. And she just busted out laughing now. It's like, yeah, that's how it's sustainable, is because it puts the hunger at bay. So you don't go for so long and suddenly you have to eat everything. And so what,
true.
Yeah, awesome. And we talked about tips, like even putting bars or shakes in the car or in your purse. That's what you said that you're doing now.
Yep.
So you have something ready to go every 2 to 3 hours, and it's more realistic.
Yeah. Yep. I keep a box of bars in my car, and I keep shakes in my purse, and I always have my Optavia shaker bottle. Awesome. I mean, we can find water anywhere, and so I just keep my hunger at bay. And then if for some reason it's time to go out to eat with family and friends, I can make sensible decisions because my hunger is at bay and I'm not starving, and I can make good choices, and I can leave the restaurant feeling great still. Not still. Yeah. My pants still fit me.
Yeah. Because how many times do we go to a restaurant and then we're kind of just covering our stomach afterwards, Yeah. So I like to eat a bar on the way over to a restaurant. And so sometimes my husband's like, we used to be like, wait, we're going out to eat. Why are you eating? Well, now it's just cutting out the hunger. So when I get there, I'm going to be like more grounded, and I'm going to enjoy the food instead of pigging out and just stopping, ravenously. But I'll be calm, and I'll be able to eat slower and really, really enjoy it and feel good after.
Yes. Yep.
That's so cool. Okay, so one question is, you mentioned that you tried a lot of things before. Tell me a little bit about that and how it's been different. Um, yeah, why those didn't work before for you.
Okay. So I tried South Beach and I lost the weight fast. And I was loving the weight loss, but I felt very restricted. And that stressed me out, but I was getting ready for my wedding. So I was able to stay restricted for a certain time period and I lost the weight fast. But then on my honeymoon, I gained almost 10 pounds back in a week.
Oh my gosh.
Because I started eating regular food again. And I didn't have the proper tools to keep myself making correct decisions,
Yeah.
sensible decisions.
Okay.
And then I tried keto. I lost the weight fast with keto, but it just wasn't sustainable. I absolutely didn't want to eat high fat, no carbs, no sugars for the rest of my life. I did not want to do that. And I got what they call the keto flu. And it made me so sick. It made me so sick that I thought I was pregnant at one point because I was so nauseous.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was terrible. And I just kept thinking, this can't be right.
Yeah.
So I stopped doing keto and then I gained the weight back as soon as I stopped right away. And then I also did intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting was good. I did lose weight, but I felt hungry all the time.
Yeah.
And I felt like I didn't have energy to be able to exercise because I was still fasting.
Mm-hmm.
And I also felt that I plateaued a little bit. Like I lost the weight quick and then I stopped.
Yeah.
But I'm still always hungry and I'm thinking I should be losing weight still. I'm hungry.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I've tried it all. And I've tried counting calories, but I'm still feeling hungry and not losing weight. I just feel like nothing was feeling like it was a long-term stability of weight loss.
Yeah. Okay. Well, and that's a common thing too is, in order to lose weight, I should be hungry, and you don't have to be hungry when you're losing weight. And another thing too is exercise is, I remember talking about that to you, and exercise is, I don't like when people exercise for weight loss. Exercise is so important for our mind, for our strength and our muscles.
Mm-hmm.
But food can do so much,
Yeah.
and for losing weight. And you've done awesome there.
Thank you. And you know what, Curtly, on this journey, and because you told me that, like, do not exercise to lose weight, you exercise to feel good and to give your body exercise and activity. So sometimes if I was too tired or I felt like I wouldn't have time, I just wouldn't exercise because I kept telling myself, I'm eating well. I'm eating my lean and greens. I'm eating my Fuelings every 2 hours. I'm still going to lose weight. I'm fine to miss exercise. And so I would miss a couple days here and there, and successfully I'd still lose my pound. I'm so happy to lose a pound a week. That's my goal. That is healthy weight loss.
Yeah, I love that. And that was a big stress relief for me, is knowing, like, sometimes the exercise can stress you out because you're like, if I don't exercise, I'm not going to lose weight. And oh no, but when you switch that mindset, you start to exercise because you love it. And it's not this like guilt pressure that it can turn into if you're trying to lose weight, And so it just has that more freedom. It just kind of lifts that burden off. And so now, like, I used to exercise for weight loss, and now I exercise whenever I want. And then I love it so much more.
Yes. Yep.
Okay, cool. And let's see. Oh, tell me your non-scale victory that you told me earlier.
Okay. So it's the end of March, and I thought, I'm gonna try on my swimsuit because I had this swimsuit since last season, but I never wore it. Last season, I was like bulging out of the suit, and I thought, it's such a cute suit, but I don't like the way I look in it, So I tried on my swimsuit last night, and I was so happy. And it's still March. Like, I could still like continue to lose, before May.
Yep.
And I told my husband, I hugged him in my swimsuit and I said, I never thought I'd be here. Like, I never thought that I would be myself again and I would lose all of that weight that I have felt such a slave to, you know? And he's like, I'm so happy for you. He's like, wow, you look great. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go change out of it now. But I just wanted to try it on and it fits. If anything, it's almost a little loose.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm so happy. I'm really excited.
Oh, Lindsay, that's so cool. I just
Thank
love
you.
everything we've talked about. This is so inspiring.
Thank
It's
you.
inspiring that like you can get to that point where you have more freedom inside and you just feel so good on the outside too.
Totally. Thanks to you, Kurtly.
No, thanks to you. You did the hard work, girlfriend.
Thank you.
So, well, thank you so much for chatting with me today. So,
Yep. Can I mention one more thing?
yeah.
Okay. Because I thought about this when we talked about doing the Zoom today, and I wanted to mention it.
Yeah.
I love the emotional support that you gave me. And I really appreciate that because at the beginning it was hard. Like, I couldn't believe I had to eat every 2 hours. And I would tell you, like, I don't know if I don't know if I could do this. I really want to, but this seems unrealistic. And you talk to me on the phone almost every day at the beginning, you know, and I'd tell you exactly how I was feeling, and I'd tell you, well, I was really frustrated today. And so I sat down and had a bag of candy, you know. And you told me, you said, okay, you're just taking data on yourself. There's nothing bad, just you're collecting data. Think of why you felt that way and what made you make that decision. And I still use those tools. So thank you.
You're
Thank you
so welcome.
for your emotional support and for being there.
You're so welcome.
Whenever I needed you, you were there. And I appreciate it because you got me through those hard times. And now I feel like I've matured enough that I can make the decisions on my own now.
Well, that's awesome. You've come to a point where you can coach yourself, and that's huge. That's huge for changing any habit in our life, you know. And it's I've found that too. Is I need support when I first start to change, and then I start understanding things more, and then I can do more on my own. So I'm still gonna check up on you once in a while, but like you've got incredible tools that you really learned that are just gonna continue you forward into a life of more and more freedom. So I'm so proud of you. It's been so fun to work with you.
Thanks, Kurtly.
You're welcome. All right. I'll see you later. Have a good day.
Okay. Thanks, Kurtly. Have a good day.
Bye.